we are getting a first look inside that Laguna Woods church where a deadly attack took place this weekend. ABC News obtaining these images showing the church pastor and other congregants subduing the alleged shooter. And investigators are now saying the gunman, a Chinese immigrant, was motivated by his hatred of Taiwanese people. Shooter killed a local doctor and wounded 5 others. We have live team coverage. David Gonzalez with more on the doctor and his heroic actions as he attempted to stop the shooter. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda with the latest on the investigation. Carlos?
And we now know the identity of the shooter. The suspect has been identified as 68-year-old David Chu from Las Vegas. And officials say he drove hundreds of miles from Nevada, and all the while he was planning this attack. They say it was a politically motivated incident, hate incident, and the suspect, as you said, was a Chinese immigrant, hated Taiwanese people. These exclusive images show the moment when the church members tackled the suspect. They held him and tied him with electrical wire. You can also see a knife.
This shooter had a 2 gun.
Church pastor Billy Chang was there when the shooting started and one of those who subdued the suspect. He told ABC's Matt Gutman he hit the suspect with a chair.
I don't want to reload or he want to take another gun. I didn't know. I think that's the moment I have to take action right away. I see the chairs in my left side. I went to attack the shooter.
It was just before 1:30 p.m. yesterday inside the Geneva Presbyterian Church. The service had ended and people were gathering for a small event. Officials say the suspect was methodical and appeared to plan the attack carefully.
During the lunch, the individual involved, the suspect, was able to secure the doors within the church with chains and tried to disable locks within the church with super glue.
Officials say the suspect stood in front of the church and suddenly opened fire. Churchgoers had to dive under tables and behind pews for cover. When the gunman stopped to reload, that's when Dr. John Chang moved in.
Dr. Chang charged the individual, the suspect, attempted to disarm him, which allowed other parishioners to then intercede, taking the suspect into custody. Without the actions of Dr. Chang, it is no doubt that there will be numerous additional victims in this crime.
It was tragic. I think that's the only word to describe it.
Terrible, because the people who come to the church is supposed to be, be in peace.
Officials say the suspect came to the area from Las Vegas on Saturday. He was not a regular member of this church. Investigators also found other weapons and explosives.
We located several bags within the facility. They contained magazines with additional ammo, 4 Molotov cocktail-like incendiary devices that he had placed around the inside of the church.
5 counts of attempted murder against each of the individuals who suffered gunshot wounds, as well as 4 counts of explosives, unlawful possession of explosives.
And the injured victims, who were 4 men and 1 woman, they're between the ages of 66 and 92. All of them were taken to local hospitals for treatment, and at least 2 right now are in stable condition.